Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Smith's Jets going up against Dalton's Bengals. And with that, we're off to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium. We join our announcing team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Tonight we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the New York Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals. First carry for Matt Forte, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And here's a look at the starting offense. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And that is incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd down. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
When you play against Carlos Dunlap, you have to think protecting your passer. He knows how to get upfield and rush the quarterback.
And he finds Seferian-Jenkins. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end for the short run.
On 1st down, this is Forte. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Looking back at this year for Matt Forte, best game came in Week 2. Had 3 touchdowns, rushed for over 100 yards. Altogether, 8-13 on the season. Missed the last couple games with an injury. So how do the Jets look at that position going forward?
Well, I'm about to provide motivation for him because I know that if he hears this, he'll say, I'll show you. But I don't think he's a lead back anymore. I think the Jets need to look to get one of those guys and make Matt Forte a complimentary piece. Be a terrific 3rd down back. He pass blocks well, he catches it terrific out of the backfield, and can surprise you running the football. I still think there's value for him. I just don't see him in the lead role any longer.
Incomplete over the middle, Seferian-Jenkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 20 that time. That's good for a Jets 1st down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And some room to maneuver. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Bilal Powell, 26 yards. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. So they get the ball on the opening drive. They take it in for the score.
And how about setting the tone right away? Everyone talks about wanting to do that, but you always hear it in every locker room. First 5 minutes of the game, who's going to set the tone? Who's going to take control? Guess who just did?
Well, now on the next drive, when you score that quickly or you're scored that quickly against, probably feel like you need to respond.
Yeah, without a doubt. In other words, you've actually put the pressure even more so on your opponent.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that takes us from second to third down. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
To throw here, Dalton. Deep drop, and that is incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jets take possession. New York set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
They come out here in the eye. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Geno Smith taking it in. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Well, that was a quick hitter drive. They had the huge play to get him down near the goal line, and then they run it in. I don't know that the defense ever had a chance to catch their breath.
A lot of the time now when we huge gain, they often want to hurry up and go right away. Keep the momentum going, hit them again, and I think we just saw that there. The second play resulted in pay dirt.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This fielded at the 2. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of the game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
For Jeremy Hill, with the season in the rearview mirror, finished just below 1,000 yards. I think 18th in the league in rushing. And what, his 2 100-yard games both came against Cleveland, I believe.
Yeah, if he could play Cleveland each and every week, he would have been well over 1,000 yards. So the thing about Jeremy Hill and the Cincinnati Bengals offense, you think of them as a run-first team. So to me, his 889 yards, disappointing, because I would have thought that would be a higher number and an increased production from him. He's looking to do that in 2017.
A dump off now to Hill. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that,
Hill's hit, and he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
380.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Voids the target, and he has it over the middle. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. We'll see what they'll do here as they're up against a 4th and inches. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They come out here in the eye. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
For those vertically challenged quarterbacks, here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side. Able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a 1st down.
He's got his man on the crossing route. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Steve McClendon able to drop him for a loss of 4. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Dalton. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. C.J. Uzama, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this kick goes out of bounds, and that's obviously why the flag comes out here.
And now you can see the defense greeting the kicker as they go out to play. The starting field position for the offense is excellent, puts a lot more pressure on the defensive guys.
Yeah, and if the kicker thinks he's lonesome, he's really lonesome after a play like this.
Hey, he better hope that he's lonesome because who's ever standing next to him is probably on the defensive side, and they're none too happy.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion. 8
yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. On 1st down, it's Smith. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The numbers for Marshall this year, Charles, way down from 2015. Still played all 16 games, but the yards went from 1,500 to 788, and touchdowns dropped from 14 to 3.
It's always difficult when you don't get consistency at the quarterback position to get that kind of yardage as a wide receiver. And this year, unfortunately for him, had struggles with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Geno Smith gets hurt, and Bryce Petty also did not finish the season.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Following the penalty, it's 4-10. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle. Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, here's Smith. That one complete to Anderson. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Dalton's going to sneak it. They'll give him a yard on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And they're going to speed things up here.
I tell you, on 4th and 1, when you're way back on your side of the field, I thought this might just be an attempt to draw them off and get the first down that way. But they were going for it the whole time, and they wind up getting it. We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Defense showing blitz. So a designed run last play, now Dalton to pass. He gets this one to Boyd. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4.
Wide 20. Wide 20. Zebra. Zebra. Bang. 380. 380. 552. Ace. Ace.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. A 4th down gamble with Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. So certainly Certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. And New York set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
2nd down following the run. They'll run again. Again, it's Powell. And with the clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert?
Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Dalton throwing on second down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. A.J. Green. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, 64 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Andy Dalton. This will be caught at about the 6. And this play is going nowhere fast as he goes down. That one might need to go back to the drawing board as they fail on the 2-point try. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle Starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. If Earl Thomas returns, I'd like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Back to throw, Smith. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Smith on 3rd down. And Anderson's got it. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Now Smith. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will get the lead up to 14. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
This is taken at his 4. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now a direct snap back to Hill. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And some space here. There goes Jeremy Hill. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jeremy Hill, 61 yards. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's Dalton to throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And New York set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all.
He's got it at the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 65 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And the lead is up to 50. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left. So a designed run last play. Now Dalton to pass. On the screen, Bernard. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
What really hurts defenses on screen passes is that they eat up one of their levels right away. Because, most defenses 3 levels: D-line, linebacker, secondary. But on a screen pass, you're inviting the defensive line to get past them. Then you throw the ball over their heads, and now there's just 2 levels left to try and stop big guys out in front of a guy running with the football.
Fresh set of downs here.
Single slot.
They send Green to the left on his own. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And quickly, they get to the line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back, out of the back.
Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you worked on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Throwing now is Gino. A dump off to Forte. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
The play clock's running down. The pitch comes to Forte. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Dumps off to Powell. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
A design run for their wideout. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Forte, the lone running back. Throwing now, Smith. Drops it underneath to Forte. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here comes Marshall in motion right. They go back to the ground attack here. It's Forte. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but It's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. On second down, Forte. And he'll take this one down near the 15. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.